Purpose survives when distractions are gone. Today we're gonna sit down together, talk about distractions and purpose, and we're gonna go to the depths of why distractions are keeping you away from your true purpose. And once you let go of your distractions, you're actually gonna be aligned to your purpose and live your purpose for real. Today we will go deep into this. You see that I post every week 4 videos, 3 to 4 videos every single week. I'm putting so much effort into these videos, I'm putting so much time into these. So if you would like to subscribe and like, of course, that's appreciated. So let's get right into it. Distractions. How much time do you truly waste? I have an exercise for you. Take a pen and take a piece of paper and write down, just for a week, how much time you waste on distractions. How much time are you wasting? And at the end of the week, you will come with a list of hours and hours and hours of distractions. Not only is the distraction a problem, it's literally keeping you away from your purpose. Because your purpose is when you're present, when you're not all over the place, when you're not chaotic, when you're focused, when you're aligned, when you're not all over the place, and you're in a peaceful setting, your purpose starts to arise. When you're a chaotic, stimulating setting where most of your life is just consuming and then working a job so you can consume more, that is what is called meaningless cycles. You got to look up meaningless cycles. The Buddha constantly talks about meaningless cycles, yet no one seems to talk about this. Meaningless cycles means cycles of meaningless stuff that you keep doing every single day. Things that are not your purpose. So instead of thinking about how can I live my purpose, how can I do this and that, think about how can I look at all the stuff that I'm doing that's completely meaningless. That's completely a waste of time, life, effort, energy. Because what you will notice is that once you start to honestly look, you're like, oh, I'm wasting time here so much. I'm wasting so much energy here. And sometimes you're kind of productive, like you're doing some work, but you're also listening to some music, or you're doing something and then also doing something else at the same time. Being overstimulated, that is meaningless. You see, it's literally making you lack focus, makes you lack a direction. And what is focus and direction and momentum? That's needed. Sorry, let me say it again. Focus, momentum is needed for your purpose. It's needed even to reveal what your purpose is. It's not just that you have to find your purpose and then live it and that's kind of what you do. No, it's aligning yourself with your purpose. This is what I thought. I thought like, oh, I just have to do a bit of inner search, find my purpose, and then I'm living it. But that's far from the truth. The truth is, you first have to see everything honestly in your life, what is not your purpose. You have to look at your life and see, I'm wasting time here, I'm wasting time here. Even in my mind, I'm wasting time. You understand? Sometimes you're thinking, but you're wasting your thinking energy on bullshit. Okay, so you're thinking about bullshit. You're thinking about money. What it's a complete waste of time. Or you're thinking about some relationship problem. What probably is a complete waste of time most of the time. You're thinking about some drama or some bullshit that is not meaningful, is not urgent. doesn't need your attention. So basically you're paying your attention to all kinds of different things, distracting you continuously in order to not focus on your purpose. And then I can say focused on your purpose, and you're like, I'm going to focus on my purpose, I'm going to focus on my purpose, try to find it, thinking about it, okay, but how I'm going to make money with it, all that kind of stuff, right? Let go of all of that and let go of the meaningless cycles. Let go of the meaningless cycles. You're going round and round and round and round and round, going nowhere. You see, your thinking patterns go nowhere. Something that you should realize with meditation is that your thinking is just the same old shit again and again and again and again and again, and then sometimes something new comes. Okay, that's interesting. But most of the time, it's just the same old patterns, same old thinking cycles. So don't pay so much attention to your thinking. Don't pay so much the attention to your distractions. Let those go. Focus on letting go of meaningless stuff. Letting go of addictions. Letting go of meaningless cycles. Letting go of meaningless thinking patterns. Doesn't mean they sometimes arise or you sometimes feel drawn to it or whatever. It just means that your overall attitude is, I'm gonna let go of this. I'm not saying let go and never do it again. I'm saying have an attitude of letting go of your meaningless cycles of distractions and meaningless thought patterns. Have a true conviction that once you let those go, that your purpose will arise, because that's the truth. That's how I found my purpose. My purpose didn't come because I was trying to do some inner search or trying to dig deep. It happened because I had an attitude of letting go of meaningless cycles. And what happens once you let go of distractions, meaningless cycles? Purpose start to arise. Purpose start to come forth. And then you can live your purpose. And it's not like you can never do anything meaningless, but it's like, or that you can never be distracted. You're human, so I'm not expecting you to never be distracted ever again, but just have an attitude of letting go of it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to have the attitude to let go of meaningless cycles and meaningless thought patterns. And once you start to do that, truly you start to align with your purpose, because you stop aligning with meaningless cycles. You see, the opposite of your purpose is meaningless cycles. So how are you going to be in these meaningless cycles and live your purpose? You're not. So the only way you're going to live your purpose is when you truly have the attitude to let go of these meaningless cycles. Then you start to align with your purpose, and then you can live it. And meaningless cycles is distractions, basically. You see, it's just things you do out of boredom, things you do out of trying to escape this moment. You're trying to escape this moment. You're trying to run away from this moment. You're trying to not be present. You're trying to do anything to just be overstimulated. You just need to read, even reading books, you need to read books. You need to watch content like this video. You need to scroll. You need to be eating. It's all meaningless. I'm not saying eating is meaningless. Of course, you need to eat to survive. But eating out of a way of distracting yourself. Books can be great sometimes. You need some specific thing, but a lot of time it's just meaningless, you know. And just be honest with yourself. Like, you're reading a book and you're like, this is just some story that I don't feel that I'm bored, or that I feel that I'm making progress, but I'm not really, you see? Or you're watching a video and you feel like you're making progress, but you're not really. Unless you actually apply the knowledge, then you start to see progress, right? That is when information can be good. But a lot of times information is just a thing to feel like you're making progress, but you're not really. And you're just in this meaningless cycle of staying stagnant. If you want to grow, if you want to find your purpose, you got to be in a higher vibration than these meaningless cycles, than these distractions. You got to let go of that. Truly. And then what your purpose will come forth from within you. You don't have to fight for your purpose. You don't have to find your purpose. You don't need to hold on to any purpose. It will arise naturally. And that's the funny thing. It's like we think we have to really put in effort to find our purpose, and it's just like it's there, it's here. It's like there's nowhere to search for it. But you're constantly trying to not be here. You're constantly trying to distract yourself, and then you cannot find your purpose. Of course not. Because you're trying to achieve something. You're trying to get something. You see? I talked about this in another video. I don't know if I've uploaded yet, but it was about trying to get something. If you're trying to be happy, if you're trying to get some outcome, you're just doing it for ego. You're not doing it from your true self. Because your true self is always aligned with purpose, you see? It's always aligned with giving and contributing to the world. It's never aligned to taking. It can receive. It can receive, but it's not taking. You see the difference? You give and you receive. You give and you receive. But you're not taking. So you got to find a way where you can be a gift to the world, and no longer be a taker. Because right now, most of you that you're watching are takers, and I love you people. Okay, I'm very thankful for you watching this video. But let's be honest. Like, how much time are you truly taking, consuming food, consuming content, consuming other distractions, consuming books that you don't really need? How much time are you spending on that? Versus how much time are you contributing? How much time are you giving? How much time are you actually giving value to the world? Look at my videos. I'm posting 4 times a week. But that's just a small thing of what I give throughout the day. I give so much more than just these videos. This is just a little thing I give here in between. But everything in my life is focused on giving. Giving to the world. And I know that when I give, I get back. I know that the cycle is like that. I give and I receive. But most people, they are not in a cycle of giving. They're in a cycle of taking. Very big difference. Very big difference. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I got to still edit the video, so I'm gonna go right into that. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.